Hey, good afternoon, guys. KB5 MIQ Big Boy. We're gonna try this. Still got this mess, so we're gonna try it though, guys. One of my oldest best friends, Jeff WD5HKV, and my ham radio Elmer sent me an email this week, not a text, about something he had read that the ARRL was fixing to stop supporting the QSL card bureaus. Well, I done a little investigating on that, and he's right on some certain parts of it. I guess on what he found out was right. And before we start bashing ARRL, we all hold a little bit of blame here in this. So I challenge all of you for a 2025 QSL card challenge. Send more, get more. Now let's talk a little bit more about what the ARRL's doing. I emailed the sorter for my call sign at the 5 call bureau, and basically he said the same thing, that they had cut back on their support of the bureaus and was going to stop paying for the mailbox. He said the 5 call bureau has been self-sufficient for years, so it didn't really affect them that much. But he also said he had seen a large drop in QSL cards coming from overseas. Guys, QSL cards is one of the oldest traditions of this hobby. Let me read y'all something here. The earliest reference to a ham radio QSL card is a card sent in 1916 from Buffalo, New York to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And there's the card right there that was sent. I see all kinds of responses about, I got an automatic log, I don't need a QSL card, that's just too much trouble, postage is too high, whatever. Guys, I've always been pro QSL card, ever since I got in this hobby. That is one of the oldest traditions of ham radio. I've said this before. I've got an I Love Me corner when you come in my living room with military shadow boxes and retirement plaques, and nobody gives two looks at it when they come in my house. Everybody comes in this shack that's not a ham, first thing they notice and ask about is all these cards on the wall. Guys, a card doesn't have to be fancy, printed up. Let me show you two I've got. This one I got from, I believe this is Paraguay, Zulu Papa 5, Zulu Delta Mike. This is just a standard postcard. Cheap postcard. He put all the contact info on the back of it. It confirmed it's on my wall. Here's another one. N8YBA, Michigan. I didn't have a Michigan card. I like that for finishing up my work all states cards. This guy took the time to make me one. He doesn't have any cards, but this is great. And it'll always be on my wall for Michigan for worked all states because he took the time to make me that card. Guys, you don't have to send a card for every contact. Set goals for yourself. Get a card from every state. I've done that. I like to collect islands. I've got a separate section of island cards. Y'all know I like one card finishing up Central South America. I love to get European cards. I've got 2 Russia cards out now. I ain't got them in yet, but I'm hoping to get them pretty quick. This is one of the oldest traditions in ham radio, and I don't want to see it go away. If I work a new ham, he gets a card. Even though I know he may not have any cards to send back, I don't expect one back. I send him a card. If somebody sends me a card, even though I may have that state or that country, they get a card back. I'm automatically going to do it. The argument about the cost of postage, yes, it's high, but if you look back in 91, when I got into this hobby, at the wages we was making then versus now, and the cost of postage then versus now, everybody sent them. So to me, that dog don't hunt. It's something you need to do, I personally think. I challenge you all to make 2025 a good year for QSL cards. That's a tradition this hobby does not need to lose at all. And it's just a good way to spread the word of the hobby. And also, when you bring a new ham into your shack, it's a good way to keep them interested in the hobby. I can't talk enough about sending QSL cards. Like I said, you don't have to send every one of them to every contact. It's easier now to send QSL cards info-wise than it ever was, because you got QRZ.com, and I think there's another website out there that's got addresses in it. And if you look at the call signs QRZ page, 99% of them have on there whether they will QSL or not, and if so, how to do it. It can't be easier than it is to do it like that. This is a tradition we don't need to lose in this hobby, and I can't emphasize enough. Make up some simple cards, have some simple ones printed. I know people send EQSLs, it's still not the same. Also, utilize the Bureau. If you look at the ARRL website and you're an ARRL member, actually you can send overseas cards cheaper through the Bureau, than send them individually. I sent one of my Russia cards through the Bureau because that's the only way the guy said he could get the card. Consider that. But let's don't let this tradition die. Please, keep QSL cards going in this hobby. Let's don't bash the ARRL much on this one. I don't agree with their decision to stop the funding, but if they're running a business and they see a way diminished use of the service, I can see them cutting back on it. We've got to get back to using QSL cards, using the bureaus to keep this hobby going and help promote this hobby. Hopefully my next video will have my voice back. I'm going to see my regular doctor Monday if I don't have it back by then. Guys, remember Main Trading Company in Paris. Richard's got all kinds of deals going on, new and used gear up there. Right now, my plans are to attend Cowtown Ham Fest next Saturday in Fort Worth. Guys, it's KB5 MIQ Big Boy 73.